to Kids Talking Shit. This is episode 4. Theme of this album, title, place, whatever. The theme of this podcast is what's the theme, Tom?
Dolphins in the future, actually.
Dolphins in the future? Never mind, Martine.
Don't listen
What's
to
the
him.
theme?
Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
We'll just call it. I guess. I mean, you both are bassist. We'll call it bassist versus bassist.
All right. Cool. So our special guest today at 43 seconds is Tom Rodriguez. Did I get that right, Tom? I've never met you.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah.
It's your boy Tomagoyf.
Martine's on the other line. So, Tom, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Um, well, I'm a musician. I'm a YouTuber, and also pet groomer. So, but right now I'm just confined to quarantine and having to live with myself. So, it's been interesting.
You're still quarantined?
Yep, I'm still quarantined.
Come on, man. Get with the times. Abbott, got rid of that. So, the most important thing right now is how are you a pet groomer? What is it?
I'm a dog groomer. I shave little doggy balls. You know,
Where do you
it's
work?
real easy. I'm actually out of work right now. I'm non-essential, and anyone who thinks that a dog groomer is an essential uh, business right now during these times, fight me.
That they are or aren't? Because I would argue
That
that
they
they're
are,
not.
because they're totally not. I mean,
Yeah,
you can
okay.
cut your own dog's balls. I mean, go to manscaped.com right now. I mean, go get Manscaped and use code Tomagoyf, save 10%. Get you a little dog ball hair trimmer.
What do you got to do to
Manscaped.com.
get, what's that word? Promote it like that to have your own promo code?
Oh, you just gotta email them and tweet at them and stuff.
Oh, here.
Say, will you sponsor Kids
Damn, we
Talking
need to
Shit?
do that with Shiner, man. We need to get on the ball.
We could,
Bro,
I
for
think.
Email
real,
Shiner.
dude.
Sponsor
Kentucky
us.
gentlemen.
I think we
Look
could.
me up, Kentucky.
You like Kentucky Gentlemen?
And Kentucky Deluxe. Whichever one's cheaper.
You gross as fuck, dude.
Bro, whiskey's whiskey, bro.
I don't
Unless
think
it's
so.
Japanese.
I don't know about that, buddy. I really don't know about that.
Um,
I had a shot of Kentucky Gentleman once, and that was one of the only shots that I didn't fucking bitch out of. And I drank it, and I was just like, this isn't bad. It tastes like Everclear, but it ain't bad.
bro, you just chug it. You just chug it straight out of the bottle. That's how you do it.
Hey, might, this might be an offense to you.
No.
Did you ever know a guy named Josh?
I don't know, man.
Kind of sound
Oh,
like him.
I think so, actually.
Martine's old friend.
I don't know. Was he your old friend?
He's a fat fuck.
Oh,
Wait.
no, I'm
He's talking
fat.
about Josh Getta, bro. The big
Um,
guy.
yeah, I don't know. It's been how many years?
Well,
I
last
can only
time.
think of one Josh who played drums, and he was a tiny, scrawny fuck.
No, definitely not him.
Yeah, not him. And he was like Ian's friend. He was a drummer of mine temporarily for a band called Tree of Redemption. Fate of Redemption. I don't know, some stupid name with Redemption.
Well, he doesn't know him. What a shame.
So, how long have you been in the pet grooming business?
Pretty much right out of high school, I started like interning and working part time for my brother, and I was like 17. I was like a senior,
Damn.
and it's been 10 years now.
You've been shaving dogs'
It's,
balls for 10 years.
yeah, it's
How
good
long?
work, man. It's an honest day's work.
How long have you been playing the bass?
About 13 years, I guess, 14.
So you've been shaving The balls of dogs, as long as almost as long as you've been playing the bass.
Almost, yeah.
Honest living right there, man.
Yeah,
Get
it's
with
good
it.
work. I mean, it's better than Burger King or Taco Bell or whatever. It's an actual career that people go to school to learn how to do what I do. So, I mean, I don't know. People find joy in helping pets. I mean, you you think, oh, I'm shaving dogs' balls. No, I mean, you don't understand, bro. Like sometimes they're matted and they're like haven't had a haircut in 9 months and it's income tax time, so they come in all full of fleas, all full of fleas, ticks, knots, tangles, and like you give them a new chance at life. I mean, someone used to love them when they were a puppy or a Valentine's Day gift, and then people forget about their dogs for a year, and then they come to me.
How much?
So it's a lot more than just shaving dog balls, man. You really are changing the lives of these dogs. So it's good work, man. A lot
How
of the
much did
times
you
they
charge?
that's not up to me, man. I don't. I groom dogs on the side at home
Yeah.
sometimes, but it's just like $50.
Yeah, I had a cousin who was he had a he worked like in a grooming service in McAllen,
Mm-hmm.
would work with a bunch of dogs. He had perfume and colognes that smelled better than human colognes.
Oh man, I was a pro at selling colognes, man. We had these what are they called? Warren London
Mm-hmm.
colognes. Man, if your dog stinks, buy a cologne. It's like $11 online. Man, I wish Warren London would sponsor me. Shit, I could
Dude,
sell their products all fucking day long, dude.
those colognes smell really fucking nice, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's a
Yeah.
it's a breath of fresh air, per se.
Here, let me just spray your dog real quick. Extra cologne. Oh my god, that smells so good. How much are they? Boom. Easy sale.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Did you do haircuts and hair dyes as well?
Yeah, we experimented with the spray painting. I remember, rest in peace, my dog Baxter. I for Halloween I spray painted his little mohawk red.
Mm-hmm.
It was badass. He had a little mohawk, fucking red, super cool.
Yeah, they one of my dogs had a mohawk and they dyed his hair purple.
Yeah.
So
What
yeah,
kind of a dog you got?
schnauzer, schnauzer.
Schnauzer. That's
Yeah,
cool.
they look nice.
That's
The mohawks look nice on schnauzers because they don't fucking shed too much.
yeah. No,
You have to
they're
cut the
like
hair.
the typical perfect dog too.
Yeah, except that they're fucking bitches, dude.
Yeah, they are assholes, and
Yeah, if you don't
I
train them like to socialize,
I don't.
God, dude.
I honestly do. There's so many dog breeds that I don't like. I mean, as a dog groomer, I love all dogs, but like the traits of certain breeds, like some of them are just man, little
Yeah,
jerks.
I started looking up at the schnauzer's traits, and I was like, it makes sense that this dog's a fucking asshole, or he's always like jealous.
Yeah, because it's traits. Yeah, it's in their characters for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah,
what's good with this podcast? What Martine's been awfully quiet for a minute. It's
I usually let Tony handle the first 10 minutes or so,
oh, okay. I got you.
and I usually come in with the questions.
All right. Well, Tony, you got a whole 2 minutes left, a whole minute left. So,
that's right.
you have any other questions about dog grooming?
Yes, I really
Or
want to capitalize on the dog grooming. Have you done any other animals?
um, no, I've helped out with cat groomings before, but that's I don't recommend anyone have your cat shaved. The cats don't like it. I mean, dogs are cool.
Yeah.
Cats are. If you got a cat, you want them shaved. Like, make sure you go to a vet. Make sure you go to a place where they can, take care
Hmm.
of that. So cats, I don't recommend. I don't know. I guess I watched a turtle before. That's pretty much it.
There you go.
Don't they paint the shells of turtles sometimes? Their owners.
I mean, you can. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it because then what? It's gonna wash off in the pond, and then they're gonna be like getting that chemicals from paint. I mean, I'm sure there's a safe turtle shell paint out there, but not that I'm aware of. Maybe a tortoise that's not underwater would
Hmm.
be cooler. You know?
Tortoise go underwater? Those are
No,
land. Yeah, those are land
no, no,
turtles.
no, no. I said like maybe for a tortoise that
Oh,
doesn't go underwater. Yeah.
I see. All right, my
All
turn
right.
now. You go. 10 minutes.
I love the whole conversation about pet grooming.
10 minutes of ice breaking.
10 minutes of fucking just pet grooming.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I do primarily. So it's an interesting subject, really. I mean, for everyone has a
I would
dog. So
assume it is. I mean,
there's whole entire YouTube channels of this is how to shave a dog who's being an asshole. There's videos and videos.
just oh, dude, I thought your YouTube video was about how to train a dog, so I just started hitting mine. I didn't know it was
Oh
about a
no 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 no
computer.
no no no! It was yeah, how to fix your Windows 10 update. Oh man,
Oh
don't. That's
man.
not how. It's not my channel's not dog related,
It's all just you just abusing dogs, shaving their balls.
bro. Just no, I can't get into details on that. Have you seen the video? It's like a 15-second video, and it's like how to stop your dog from getting in the trash. And it's like a man making a puppy watch a little stuffed animal dog go and get in the trash, and then he beats the shit out of the stuffed animal dog, and the real dog is just watching, and he's just like, he's just
He's like,
terrified,
"Oh
bro.
shit."
It's
That's
15 seconds.
hilarious.
Everyone go watch it. That's not how to train a dog. Okay,
That's funny, man. That's
it's
funny. Enough about this dog business. I feel like this is
yes.
taking a weird
Yeah,
turn.
let's get out of here.
I
Sorry,
guess
Tony.
let's get into like the whole music aspect of it. I guess one of the questions that I want, I mean, I personally know, but just so everyone else does, how'd you get started in music, man? What inspired you to get started?
I was a little boy, fifth grader, something like that. I don't know. How old are you in fifth grade? Like 11 or
Yeah,
like
roughly
12 or something? Yeah, I was
11,
like
12,
12.
I would say.
Yeah, I was 12. I was at my grandma's house. My brother was there. And he's 10 years older than me, so he had this really cool bass. It was like 5 strings. It was like shiny black, purple, transparent, and it was just the coolest thing I had ever seen. And then he had this shitty little 4 string bass on the side. And I was like, "Let me play your bass, bro. Like, teach me something." He's like, "Nah, how about you get into orchestra next year in sixth grade, and then we'll talk about me letting you play the bass." So he showed me some stuff, and I joined orchestra, and the rest is history. I mean, I just stayed in orchestra, learned to play guitar, the stand-up bass, the regular electric bass, and then from there, I met you and showed me even let me play with your drums. That was always fun. I've just been immersed into music ever since.
Oh, cool, man.
Shitty
Cool.
little
So,
12-year-old.
shitty little 12-year-old getting into bass.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. That was actually a follow up question I was gonna ask. What drew you to bass? But clearly, you were inspired by your brother.
Yeah, he showed me how to play the X-Men song on the bass, like bum
Oh,
bum
dope.
bum 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 bum. And then I went and I took it to the stand-up bass in sixth grade orchestra. I was just like jun 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 jun, and I was just fucking jamming already. So like, I mean, I was usually first chair. I was usually like only there was only one better bass player. I was always so
It was
into
like your
it.
brother in disguise. You'll
Yeah.
never be better than me.
I remember showing my eighth grade orchestra teacher. I was like, "Can we play this?" And it was Nirvana String Tribute. It's just like,
Dang.
dude, it was just like a all orchestrated cover of Nirvana. And she's like, "Get the sheet music and we'll try it out." And sure enough, we were able to play it like in class. Like she multiplied the copies of the original sheet music, and we were able to like jam to it. I don't remember if it was "Come as You Are" or I don't know, but it was
Probably
badass.
one of the more popular ones,
Yeah, yeah, it
more than
was like
likely.
about a
That's
girl
cool,
or
man.
something real basic for an eighth grade shitty class.
Well, I mean, growing up with you, I mean, speaking of Nirvana, I know for sure that Nirvana was a huge influence on you growing up. Um, I guess what necessarily got you into the grunge sound of music at your age?
that I guess that just came along with being like, I mean, you remember me, dude. I was like kind of like shy and withdrawn around people I
Yeah,
didn't know. Like moving to eighth grade was a new year for me at a new school. I didn't have any friends from sixth or seventh grade. You know, I moved
right.
all 3 years, sixth, seventh, and eighth, and had different orchestra teachers all 3 years. And
Yeah,
so like I was kind of an outcast. I never really had time to belong until like, I mean, I found you and your girlfriend, and then I had that girlfriend, and like the four of us just became like really good friends that year. And me and you started
yeah.
that garage band playing in the hot fucking, taking off our
Super
shirts,
fucking hot
super hot Texas
sauna
summer
like.
heat, you know.
It's
Uh,
terrible. Tony has
yeah,
been privileged to be playing in my room.
right. Yeah, he didn't start off in the fucking
My
in the
God, Tony,
shed.
you would have hated it. You probably would have quit the band, dude. It
Oh
was the
man,
worst fucking thing.
like
It was the
Zach didn't
worst
make
thing,
it.
Tone.
He couldn't last it. He couldn't take the heat.
Oh, dude, Tony, Zach was in our band.
Yeah.
Oh,
Talk shit about that guy.
Can I start? Actually,
yeah.
I got a
Oh,
funny story
fuck
about
that.
Zach.
Let's go. You start.
There you go. Let's go. Let's start it.
All right, Zach. Fuck you, dude. Mario is like 4'11". He's like 4'9", 4'6". Who knows how tall that guy is? He's like 5 feet max. Zach is what, 6'3", 6'4"?
He was a big boy, man.
Zach's like,
He was a big boy.
I mean, he's slimmed down a lot. He looks real good.
Oh,
Like
cocaine.
yeah, probably. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I mean, he's lost a lot of weight from eighth grade days, where he was this big, 500 pound fucking big show of a man.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, dude, Mario's like a 4'4" kid, super tiny, 87 pounds, little eighth grade boy, and Zach's this big behemoth. And like, we would like jump on Zach's back and make him give us piggy rides he
He
could,
was a big dude.
because he could. And like one day he got tired of it, and he didn't know who jumped on his back, and it was Mario, the tiniest dude in the school. Looked like he skipped fifth, sixth, and seventh grade. No offense, Mario, but you know you were tiny. You still are.
Dude,
Uh,
he like buckled his legs, man. When
bro,
Zach
he
jumped on
fucking,
top of Mario, dude, he like fucked him up.
well,
Oh
so
man.
Zach, what did Zach do? He did like an arm drag flip over, like toss
I
you
don't
over my back, and just
I don't
fucking Mario fell into this power bomb like fucking, and just like head bounced off the concrete, and like had to get a wheelchair for him. Fuck you, Zach. You're a piece of shit.
I mean, at that
uh,
point, you can also blame Mario for getting on a man.
Mario's got the fucking brain of a 4'5", 8 year old. I mean, you can't blame him.
oh man. Yeah, but
Anyways,
dude, yeah, Zach was a character, man. He turned even more into a character after I rekindled with him.
mhm.
Um, fuck, man. I don't have anything to say good to say about that guy, to be honest.
I saw him the other day at like at the around the UTPA area. He was walking. I guess he lives in an apartment around there.
Yeah.
And I was in my little tiny car, and I pulled up. Hey, what's up, bro? You need a ride? And he's like, he looked at the car, and he's just like, Nah, I'm good, man. And he just kept walking. You saw
You
my
have a pretty
tiny
shitty
car,
carton.
right?
Yeah.
It's finest German
Super,
engineering.
super fucking tiny.
Oh man, yeah. It's small for even me. I'm a big guy.
Um, yeah, man. So back to us being in a band together. Yeah, we started a band with Zach, and he was super terrible at fucking guitar. I don't even know why we let him play guitar, to be honest.
It was like to try and
Um,
like see if he wasn't gonna fuck it up, and he
but
did.
then it was like, I mean, we're all starting out, to be honest. I mean, no offense to him, but
Right.
he was barely getting into it.
We had only been jamming for 4 years now.
Yeah,
It was his first
and
week.
yeah,
Poor
he
guy.
didn't know how to play shit. Um, yeah, and then well, fuck, man, we started a band together. We had a good little ride. little garage band for a while. Then you went off to be in bigger and better things. You were part of fucking Scarlet O'Hara.
I did. I was
Uh,
I was the original first ever bassist of Scarlet O'Hara.
to
How,
Scarlet
how many
O'Hara. Yep,
bases did they go through?
a lot. They went
No,
through a
they're
whole like band, man.
no. I think
They
they're
had
on
like
their second bass player. I think the guy
no, dude.
who replaced me.
They don't have a bass player. They just have two
Oh
guitarists.
shit! I thought he was still in there. I don't know.
No,
They gave
man.
up. They gave up on life for a good. I don't know. I guess they got burnt
I
out.
think this
They
is
were just little
their third
kids.
there's dude, there's only two OGs in the band now.
Yeah, it's what
That
Renee.
and
It's
it,
Renee
it's
and
I don't, yeah, is it Renee? I think is that his name?
it's
I
Renee
don't
and
know.
Eddie.
Someone and Eddie. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Renee and Eddie. I'm pretty sure Renee's still in it. Oh no, it's Alec.
Alec. That's who it is. Not Renee. I
Yeah,
remember Renee.
I was
Um,
in mariachi with Renee. That's how I joined Scarlet O'Hara. Isn't that funny? I was in there with
that's weird.
I was in there with
Um,
Eddie and Renee, and they heard me jamming out. Mariachi was a joke of a class. It was the best class in
oh
high
yeah,
school.
without a doubt.
They gave you a
I just
guitar and they said go to lunch because it was sixth period, and it was like the seniors' lunch, and I was like in 10th grade, and like they were just like go to lunch. Here's your guitar.
the fuck out of here.
So one day, me and Eddie and Renee were hanging out, and then they're just like, "Dude, you're jamming pretty badass. You want to try out for our band?" I was just like, "Sure." Oh, I was playing the guitarron. You know? Do you know what that is? You guys have to know what that
Yeah,
is,
the
right?
the big jumbo one, right?
Yeah, it's like it's the bass of mariachi. I was playing that thing. They're
Yeah,
like, "We're looking for a bassist, actually," and that's how it started.
there you go.
So back to our band, though. Do you remember the name of our band?
Fuck, what was the name of her band?
I don't remember it, but I'm gonna give you a chance to see if you can remember something so insignificant.
Shit, dude. I was in so many fucking bands though. Like, it's hard to remember. I was in a band with Jake called Fallen Empire.
No,
I
you
was in a
weren't.
band.
You
Yeah.
were not in Fallen Empire.
Oh no, just Empire. I'm sorry, not Fallen Empire, just Empire. What am I saying? That was Pat's band.
Yeah, I remember Pat
Yeah,
and Fallen Empire. I actually
yeah.
tried out to
I
be.
meant Empire. We had a band called Empire or something. I don't remember, dude.
That is so fucking funny. The first band you list off, Fallen Empire, is not our
Fallen
band.
Empire, a fucking like heavy metal fucking band that I was never in. um, fuck, dude. I don't remember, to be honest.
You guys had what? Soap in a Sock,
That was our first band name.
and then you had Strike, which was you and
Well,
Matt.
no, well, Strike developed with me and Jake, and
Right,
then Matt came
and then
along.
Matt came in.
Yeah, and then Soap in a Sock was the band that me and Tony started, and then we ended up changing it to the Adult Kids. Not even a month later, or I don't know how long was it, Tony? We didn't have that name for too long.
Well, no, Soap and a Sock was just like our code name. Whenever
Yeah,
we hadn't like released the band statement, we hadn't
I thought
released
it was like,
anything.
sorry,
Oh, keep going.
I thought it was always like the name of an EP or like the name of the main song or like
it is
self-titled.
the name of an EP, but like
Yeah, I didn't
we
know if
like
that was the name of
originally
the band. I
or
just remember that.
originally we were gonna go with our band name as Soap in a Sock originally,
That's
and
so
then things
fucked of a
changed.
name. You know that, right?
Things changed, and we're like, fuck. We went through like a whole. We went through like 60, 70 band names and just crossing one out at a time, and then we ended up having a poll, right, Tony?
Yeah.
That
We
is a
had a
cool way
poll
to
like
decide. That's cool.
on Twitter, and
Yeah.
mostly everybody upvoted fucking the Adult Kids.
hmm It
Oh
was
fuck
that.
What
me.
was it? It was fucking it was Blue Green. I remember that was a name
Yeah,
that we were
Blue Green,
debating.
the adult
The
kids,
Right Moment,
the right
the
moment.
Adult Kids. What else?
You know, the
I don't
right
remember the
moment
rest.
actually sounds pretty cool. Um, that's a cool band name.
The Strats.
Yeah, I
Or the Struts.
oh the
The
Strats or something like
Strats.
that, right?
Yeah.
Strats.
The
That's right.
Strats. So it was the right moment, Blue Green, the adult kids, and the Strats.
The Strats.
Are
That's
you sure
right.
it wasn't the ST Rats?
The ST Rats.
The STD rats. No, I'm just
Yep,
kidding. I'm
that's
sorry. That's
exactly what it is.
inappropriate. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Um, yeah, we ended up going like, and then we just had a poll, and then we're like, all right, we're the adult kids now. So then we ended up just doing that.
Hey, did you guys have Amanda sing a song for you guys, or
Yeah.
co vocals?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. How'd that one come out? Is it still like is it in the upcoming album or
Yeah, it's in the upcoming album
cool?
for
I I,
sure.
I do want to talk about that in a little bit. I'm curious about that. Anything you can share, but
Yeah,
you don't remember the name of our band.
definitely not. Nope.
I'm offended.
Can I give it a guess?
Yeah, go for it.
Uh, Chingones.
No,
Oh, damn, that would have been dope. That would have been a good one, dude. Damn it.
La Miserable.
no,
Uh,
my,
no. It
my
was
name Jeff.
my name Jeff. It was my name Jeff.
my name Jeff.
Hmm.
My name
That's
Jeff.
the name of our mascot.
Yeah.
I know. I thought we were cracking up about that on my podcast. Wish I would have had you on there too. Yeah, fucking.
What was the name of her band, Tom? I don't fucking remember.
It
Not even
was
a
it
little bit.
was it was no reliance. It was
Oh,
that stupid, shitty,
yeah.
young punk kid attitude that we had. We don't need anyone. We're no reliance. It was like shitty as. It was so goofy. I look back at it. I had way cooler band names. All the other bands. No joke. No reliance is probably the saddest one.
I remember that.
How'd y'all come up
Jesus,
with that
dude.
name?
I think it was Matt. It was Matt, and we
What?
were just like, all right, I guess. Fucking Matt
I,
had that.
I think we were taking too long to like decide, dude. It was like
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. And then we had a show. We
Yeah.
had a show, and we had to come up
We're
with
like,
a name.
we need a band name like right away.
Like
So
today, like by 6 o'clock, we need a band name. Yeah.
yeah.
That sounds like
And we
every
ended up just
high school type of situation.
Yeah, I've heard that story before. Like the Young Bucks, the wrestlers, that's how they got their name. They're like, those two Young Bucks. And then the name stuck, and now they're the Young Bucks. Biggest tag team in the world.
What is
I'm,
that?
yeah,
I'm a
super
WWE?
wrestling
random
nerd,
though.
sorry.
Super fucking random.
Yeah, no, I had some other cool band names. I had Temporal Mastery. That was a good one. That was for a metal, pretty metal band.
Fuck, dude, I remember when like screamo and like hardcore music was like a thing
Bro,
back in
it's
like
so easy. Jun, jun, jun. Jun, jun, jun. Fucking dude, I wish I could be in dude. That's the easiest job to have. You don't have to give it any
just
thought.
chugging, dude. That's all you
Yo,
You don't
do.
have,
Just a bunch
yeah,
of chugging.
bro. Even the bass for that,
how do you
it's
feel
just a bunch of
about
opens.
how do you feel about gent?
Gent, I subscribe to Jared Dines on YouTube, so that says something.
Hmm.
If anyone knows who he is, he's like a gent guitarist.
I was introduced to gent when Martina was telling me a story about her photographer, ex-photographer, or whatever. The guy we had on number 2 podcast.
Is it the same videographer that I saw the video of? You like
Uh,
drinking a
Yeah,
shiner in the backyard?
yeah,
yeah, that guy.
He didn't
I
work
actually
out
took
or
that
what?
video down.
he took it down.
Oh, it didn't work out like that.
Nah,
I didn't even
Damn,
see that video.
I saw it. I,
me
I was
neither.
doing some
Neither did
research
I.
for. I was doing some research for preparing to have a podcast with you.
Well, I got introduced to gent because that guy's obsessed with it. And
Oh
my
no.
roommate was like, "Oh yeah, gent is like math rock, math metal,
Oh no, math metal and gent are two different things, buddy.
but something
Math
like that."
math metal, math rock is very like you got to be a fucking awesome musician to go that genre.
Yeah.
I've been practicing some stuff like creatively myself.
Hmm.
Um, but it's tough, man. But I've always had an interest in that before it was even a thing. Like I was already playing the guitar like that 6 years ago, and math metal became popular
Mhm.
like the last couple of years. So I've always liked that tapping and picking, pulling, plucking style. That's always appealed to me. So
I mean, gent is just progressive metal.
gent is just like gent, 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 gent. Yeah, it's just like it's
Yeah,
stupid. I mean, it's stupid, but like I don't know, people like it, man. I think all Scarlett O'Hara was all gent.
they're gent.
Probably sounds about right.
Yeah, it was. I had to quit those guys.
I had to fucking quit
What?
those guys.
Are you addicted?
Uh,
Or are they your sweet
uh,
nothings?
uh, Eddie King, the singer, he was like, after we had this badass show, like we even played "Cute Without the E," uh, gent screamo version, and it was pretty cool actually. It was like the coolest thing that the band ever did. That's for sure.
What do you mean? Didn't
And
they
it was
win
like
It
the?
wasn't get a record label by Rise Records or anything. That wasn't the coolest thing. The coolest thing was you
no
played Q
"Cute
without an
Without
E.
the E." Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like
That was the
fuck.
coolest thing. It wasn't getting a record deal or
Other
fucking
accomplishments were just like
$50,000 in advance.
you
None
know
of that.
you know
That doesn't count.
you know how they got that. Eddie didn't care about anything. The singer, I still like. I will say this: I will bury myself and never have anything to do with them in the future, and eat my own words. But Eddie, the singer, very first show, he's like, "Dude, I couldn't remember the lyrics to the song, so like, I just started singing High School Musical lyrics." And I was like, "Bro, are you kidding me, bro?" I was like, "Nah, bro." That was the first red flag. I was just like, "Nah, this guy's not devoted." Next week, his dad buys fucking $5,000 speakers, monitors, so all you can hear is him singing High School Musical. Yeah,
Oh my
but
goodness.
I mean, they
That's
had what
hilarious.
it took at the time. They had the look. They were like edgy and shit. And at that time,
Well, they had that fucking. They look like scene kids, dude. All of them.
right? And I did not fit in. Like I had my long hair, not an emo haircut, screamo Shane Silverstein haircut. I mean, I just
Yeah.
had long, beautiful long hair, and I did not fit in with that scene at all. I didn't look the part. I mean, I did wear those Lizette's jeans at one time, but
What do they look like now?
They look like just regular dudes, to be honest.
no, they still look like the scene.
No, like Eddie has like a undercut. He's trying to look like Brad Pitt, I think.
The last time I saw him was a couple months back, and it was like still emo haircut. It was a while back. I haven't seen anything from them. Not subscribed. I don't care. I don't appreciate their music.
Um yeah, but yeah, we pretty much grew up with that band too. It was always like either them or like Fallen Empire that I was always playing like every other day.
They were like every weekend it was them or them, and
Yeah, but just a bunch of fucking
and then there was a
screamo bands or metal
and then
bands
there
or
was this super metal scene that Fallen Empire was like also playing shows with, which was Undying Prophecy,
oh yeah.
and Undying
Dude, I'm
Prophecy was
surprised
so
that they
fucking
never like
badass.
made it, man. Like that band, like I actually kind of like that band.
Well,
Like
Undying
for what it
Prophecy,
was.
they got invited to go to a tour, like cross country, and go like playing in a Germany festival with another band that was like real big at the time. And they couldn't go because the drummer of that band can't leave the state of Texas,
Oh shit.
and like they would either have to replace him or I don't know, figure
Shit.
yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
so that's why they never made it, and they eventually disbanded.
You heard it
So
here,
random.
folks.
You
Someone
heard it here
was
first.
under house arrest or whatever.
Oh man,
Or probation.
I will not, I will not say what it actually is.
Dang. I mean, Tom, you're on a podcast called Kids Talking Shit. This is all we do.
I'm not gonna talk shit about this person. I love him. I love that drummer. He's my next best friend. Yeah, he's one of them.
Nice.
He's top five. So I definitely can't speak ill of him. He's an amazing drummer, very talented,
You're being
very
sarcastic.
much more talented than whoever the other kid is in this band. Where is he?
Dude, I don't know.
Like, why isn't he on here? Like, I mean, if it's kids talking shit, like I understand like host and co-host or co-host and co-host and guest. That's cool, but like, where's drummer boy? Curious. I'm just curious.
Drummer Boy doesn't have a computer to talk on.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean that happens. It's that simple. So, but he's still there, right?
Yeah, he doesn't
You
have a
guys
computer
jamming?
to talk on. He's still there. I mean, we inducted him like pretty much when this whole coronavirus started. So he hasn't done anything.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, I get you.
like
It's bad timing.
he has
It's
he
social
has
distance
the
timing. I forgot
yeah,
about.
he has the label of I guess he has the label of drummer, but I mean, I've been doing everything in this quarantine, so um
Well, if you
it's
need
not a
help, man, if
it's
you
not
need
really it's not really backhanded to him. It's just I mean, what else can I do
right,
other
well,
than
if you need
write
help,
the
if you
drums
need
cuz
someone to push the start button, start record, stop record button,
stop record button as
start
easy as
stop.
that.
I'll help you
I know.
out,
Oh,
man.
dude, speaking of, that reminds me, Tony. Oh yeah, I told you already that I got my laptop and I just bought another interface, man. That way, so whenever you're free, I could just go up there and we could just start fucking recording.
Yeah. I
Um,
I'm at 4 songs now, man. I don't know where this burst of energy is coming from.
You got what?
But
I'm
I'm at
sorry.
4 songs
Oh,
that
four
I've
songs. Huh?
that I've already
yeah,
written.
it's probably the most that Tony has written in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good job, Tony. Good job pulling your weight, doing your part, man. Being
I
part of the podcast.
I don't know what these
I'm
songs are for, but
Hey, whatever, man. Yeah, you'll figure something out, I'm sure.
yeah,
You
It's a
guys seem like
process, man.
you guys like seem like proper bros, like proper good friends. Like, I'm very surprised with the way that you guys just like bounce off of each other back and forth, and you guys seem so cool, like such a comfortable bro friendship. You know, that's awesome.
I mean, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like me and Tony have. I mean, do we? Me and Tony have been through a lot with each other, like a lot with each other, and um, just like any other friendship, there's always ups and downs, but we've just stuck it through, and um, we've just been there for each other ever since.
And how do you feel about that, Tony?
hey man, are you conducting the podcast?
I
No,
know. I was about to fucking say that too, dude. I was like, wait, what the fuck? We should be asking you questions.
no, I want to get deep and down and dirty with the fucking the adult kid boys. I
The
want to
bottom
fucking
line to mine and Tony's friendship and brotherhood is just we've known each other for a little over
We've known each other for like 4.5 years.
4.5 years, going on 5,
Yeah,
and we've lost best friends together. We've gained new best friends together. We've gotten stupid drunk plastered together. We've lost girlfriends together, and yeah, we just been through a lot with each other. So we have a really good bond going
yeah.
on.
We
But
wrote
yeah, man,
albums together. We wrote an album together.
wrote albums
There you go,
together,
Tony.
songs
Yeah,
together.
I want to hear what Tony has to say about this stuff. You feel exactly the same? How do you feel, Tony?
That's pretty much how I feel, dude. You gotta forgive me, man. I've had a long day. I'm brain fried
Bro,
right
you're
now.
cool, man. You're cool. Don't.
I had like the biggest dicks at work. God
Oh
damn.
man, you
Damn.
work in the porn industry or what? I'm
Something like
sorry,
that.
man. I had to take a crack at you.
Uh,
Sorry.
the waiting industry isn't the same sense of
Mm,
jokes, so
still getting fucked.
still getting fucked either way, man.
S- Still getting fucked.
But yeah, right now I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I have heartburn or it's Jameson.
Probably
It's
Jameson,
that
man. You got to take
that
it
it's that.
easy and sip on some Kentucky Deluxe, Kentucky Gentleman.
Oh my god.
Start plugging shit
Oh, dude, that's some
during your
fucking.
podcast. I'm just
That's like
kidding, guys.
indigestion, dude. And
Oh,
Fuck,
heartburn.
man.
take a Tums, bro.
I don't know. Maybe I was just having. I can't even have another drink because I got to bed.
No, you're cool, man. It's early.
Have you just do sodas keep you up?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Do sodas keep you up?
Oh yeah, but I drink caffeine free sodas, so like I can go to bed because
Oh,
I realized that was a problem having too much sugar before bed. So either drink it straight, drink it on ice, drink it with water and ice if you're puss puss. But
yeah, yeah.
Puss puss.
Hammering.
or caffeine free soda, man. Like I like root beer because even though it's got a lot of sugar, like it won't keep me up at night. So
I when I would work at Dollar General, dude, I would have like a soda like 3 hours before my shift ended. Could never fucking sleep, man.
yeah,
I
I
didn't.
learned that's drinking soda too late in the day,
Yeah,
and it just it you cannot sleep with it, damn. Gives
nope.
you insomnia.
And I just drank some ginger ale, but I'm too tired to I think stay up either way.
Gotcha.
As it should be. As it should be. I mean, Tony's pretty much um, wakes up like at 5 every day
Yeah,
for
gotcha. That's brutal.
for for no good reason though. He just That's just the schedule. He
Yeah,
just wakes up at 5. He's in
Yeah,
bed
wake up at
usually by
9.
what tone? Like 9,
Yeah,
10.
yeah, wake up at
Yeah,
5 every day too. 5 in the
yeah. I was
afternoon.
actually super
afternoon.
surprised that Tony wanted to even do the podcast. He texted me like at 10:30. I'm like, "Fuck, are you sure?"
Well, I
And he's like, "Yeah."
figured that if I didn't do it, Tom would be like, "What happened?" And you would be like, "I don't know. He didn't text me." And I'd be
Bro,
like,
Tony,
"Fuck."
you are so cool. Thank you for taking one for the team and staying up, man. I am honored to be in your presence, and it's new bass player with old bass player. Like that's iconic. Like that's fucking once in a lifetime, dude. Who gets the opportunity to have both people on the same podcast? Like I'm an old friend. Hopefully, I will be for a long time, and hopefully, you will be too, man. Like I appreciate you taking the time, not talking shit, not bashing me,
Oh, oh,
not being bass player versus bass player energy.
does that happen? Is that a thing that happens with Matt? Because I feel like it might.
Matt, he's always been like a very like aggressive and opinionated type of guy. He always needs to like get his point across, I guess. I mean, I don't know how he is now, so I can't really
He's
shit
probably
on the guy,
worse
but
now, dude. He's little young thug fucking gangsta Matthew Valley. Like
um,
I don't know either, but
I
I
met the
know.
guy once. He was cool.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a
I
cool
got a
dude. Cool
shot with
cat.
him.
Cool
I didn't
cat.
even
he's
know it was him, to be honest.
um, yeah, I mean, but
But
when he was younger, he always had something to say.
yeah, it was very clash heads with three leaders of a band and no real authority. Like it was your house, it was his song, it was my idea to do something the way it's being done, or like it was always something. It was your song, his singing. It just didn't, like it was very clashy, and it was even
Yeah.
me and Matt were in a band without you. You and Matt were in a band without me. Me and you were in a band without Matt. Like it was like we had that proper Blink 182 split up where it was like drummer and guitarist and drummer, bassist and yeah, like it was very weird.
Hey,
That was a weird
Tom,
time.
Yeah.
what was the first bass song you learned?
Probably X-Men. Yeah, I think like that was like
X-Men.
the first real song I learned on the bass was the X-Men intro. Like I think my brother showed me that. He showed me Seven Nation Army, and then I took on my own and learned every Nirvana song on the bass, and then took that to guitar, learned every Nirvana song on guitar, and then started jamming with Martine and doing fucking Blink 182, all the small things, just the easier ones
Yeah,
from Blink. So yeah, but I think X Men.
Those were actually some of the first songs that Tony started learning too when he first got into really playing an instrument.
Yeah, and what about you, Tony? I mean, I know you've been playing the bass a lot less years, but I've been on and off, and I've even moved on to keyboard and computer uh, Fruit Loops now. I hardly play the bass or guitar, honestly. It saddens me, but
dude,
just trying
I
to
straight
be.
up don't know how to play the bass at all.
Yeah.
um,
If you ever want some lessons, man, like not lessons, like not I'll teach you, but if you ever want to hang out, like and jam, dude, I'm open to anything with you, man. You seem like a real cool, chill guy, and I could see the three of us being friends for a long time, honestly.
yeah, man. If
Tony absorbs information like really well. So usually if I make like I don't know, like a four-part guitar part, somehow some way like Tony could translate onto that onto bass, but he can't write a bass part by himself. Like it's
Okay.
weird.
Well,
Sometimes he
maybe
can, sometimes he can't.
maybe I could teach you a little bit on how I've had to deal with writing bass parts on my
yeah,
own.
dude,
Because now I
well,
am a guitarist primarily, and bass is far in the background. But
yeah,
I still always would love to slap the bass and play the bass. So maybe I could like Martine could show me a guitar part, and then I could come up with a bass part and see how that varies to your bass part. We could even
yeah,
do this probably through the internet, computer.
dude. Well,
You know.
like I started playing guitar in high school,
Okay,
and then
started off as a guitarist then.
yeah, and I had my bass guitar there. So then I was just alternating between the bass and the guitar, but I wasn't in a band. So I would
Gotcha.
learn bits to bass songs, but I was like, all right, I'm over it. And then
Okay,
um, I learned chords on my guitar. And then when I started playing with Martine, they were like, oh, we need a bass player. So I was like, all right, I guess I can learn how to develop stuff on the bass. But like, I barely know my notes. I just play things by what I think sounds well. Like, I played with, we played a show at the Whiskey Barrel,
cool.
and we played
It's
with
my
that
kind of
band.
place.
Who did we play with? Oh, fuck. They sing Love So Big.
We play with Spoonfed.
Spoonfed. Yeah, we played
Okay.
with Spoonfed. And the dude was like, hey, man, that's a really cool lick you did for that last song, which was Supernova. And it's like, he named
Okay.
like the skill and what I was doing. And I was like, bro, I straight up don't know what I was doing. I just
It
think
just
it
went
sounds
over your head. You didn't comprehend, and that's where I was gonna go with this. Was hearing what you said. I think maybe if I didn't show you how to compose, but like maybe if I just showed you a couple of my favorite scales that
good.
are probably the ones that are being used in your songs.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe something that simple, a bass tip so simple as this is a cool scale. The 5-7-4 or whatever, 4-5-7 or 5-7-8. Like those are two of the like Coheed uses them a lot. Coheed and Cambria, if you're
Mm,
familiar with them,
yeah.
or like 2-3-5. 2-3-5, 2-3-5, two, yeah, all the way up and down the guitar almost, or the
Yeah.
bass. Like things like that might help you just become a super awesome bass player,
So,
kind of bass player that Martine deserves and needs. And no, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding, guys.
so
But
I'm
yeah,
not,
no, it's like I'd be willing to share anything I know about the bass with you
yeah, no, it
because
always,
you seem like a cool dude.
I'm not familiar with scales, but like my first scale I learned was a pentatonic, um,
Okay, so like the
blues
okay,
scales.
yeah.
So
And like that's a good one to know, but like it's hard to fit a blues scale into like a punk song where you might need an augmented note,
well, the thing is,
or like
yeah, I think
a
a lot of
natural.
my original tabs are very rockish and bluesy, and then we convert them for the band.
And I could see how that would be a problem
Mm,
with Martine's kind of music. Um, like maybe something better, like using fifths would would fit something more. Instead of doing the scale, do a fifth of it. You know.
Mm,
I did study a lot of music theory. I took it senior year in high school, failed it terribly, but I learned so much. Like, it was Dr. Butts, senior year high school. I took it for a semester, and everyone in the class failed, and he had to make the test easier, and everyone had to retake the test, the second easier test to pass. Like, only one person out of 28 people passed that fucking uh, it's just music theory class in high school is real complicated. Everything translates to piano, so if you're a bass player, like, music theory is so hard to interpret
mm.
under piano scales. So I mean, but
When I was learning piano skills, it kind of helped me with bass notes or finding the right key. So
the right key. The most important thing is probably going to be the key. So like you need to just say, Martine, what's the key of the song?
yeah,
And you
that's pretty.
yourself probably got to learn all the keys or Google it and figure out how to write that bass part, just so it
Oh
can be.
I
yeah,
mean,
that's pretty
that's
much what I
usually
do
how,
right
yeah,
now.
that's usually how me and Tony work though, because like Tony will try to like he'll play me a song over the phone, and I'll just be like, just send me the chords, and
Right.
then I'll try to make of it, or vice versa. I'll make a song. He's like, what what
I
notes
always,
are you playing
I
on?
usually
And
have to ask
I'll
him like,
just
what's the key or what's the octave or like
What's the chord that
what's the
what's your first
note.
chord?
Yeah,
Something like that. But yeah, and that's good. The good thing is, like, Martine, I know, like, I feel like you in a sense where I can write all the parts of a song. Like, I know you can. You can do the bass, guitar, and drums because you grew up in basically a studio with bass, guitar, and drums.
yeah.
Yeah, you really did. Like, eventually, like, it started in garage days, and then after garage days, you had to add on to your house and the whole studio for, like me, you, and Matt, and you.
Yeah.
And that was so fucking cool. Like that, like that's what you needed to become a proper musician. And I feel like if it wasn't for your parents being so supportive and like taking the time to like see that you love music, and and I mean, I remember them at our first show. What was our first show? The 10K.
Was it the 10K?
Yeah, I think the first one that I played for you was the 10K, and it
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
with Jake.
yeah, it was like you on drums, Jake on guitar, me on bass, and I think there was another guitarist.
Oh yeah, buddy. I remember him.
Buddy, yeah, yeah, no, and like that was awesome because your parents were there, and my sister, my brother, they were all there. They all showed up excited to see me play
I
on a
still
stage
remember
that
when like
big.
you were learning songs like 3 minutes before we had to play them.
Oh yeah, I remember Buddy. Now that you said his name, I remember it perfectly. Um, I remember Buddy showing me like, well, this is how you're gonna play this song, and I'm just like learning it 5 feet behind the big ass stage in the back, acoustic, like unplugged bass, unplugged guitar, and he's just like, "This is an F, this is a E, this is a C, this is a D, and this is a C." And I was just like, it was so much to take in because at that time on the bass, I didn't know the F, D, C on the electric bass. I knew it on the acoustic stand-up double bass,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, I mean, we had some interesting times, and fuck,
Yep.
that was
Some
years
good
ago.
times,
My
man.
first show ever. 10K
A long
Edinburgh.
time ago, man. It was definitely a long time ago.
Hmm.
Um, what's it called? Yeah, man. Just thinking of all these memories, it's crazy. And then now I'm making new ones with Tony, and we'll hopefully be on a get on a roll. Hopefully after this whole quarantine thing slows the fuck down. But as of right now, I mean, we're just waiting for our album weekends to come out, and it's just a waiting game, man. We're Tony's working on merch ideas right now.
That's cool,
Um,
man. I was thinking about, like, what about merch? What about, do you have
yeah,
someone, you
yeah,
know?
we really came up with like good concepts. Now it's just to like really put them on paper and like see what they look like, and see how we're gonna do it. Like I made us like a bunch of stickers for like promotional purposes. Um, what's it called? I need to get in contact with our guy that does our shirts, and he could do. We're planning on doing caps too. So it's
That
just
is
a
cool.
process,
Yeah,
dude.
shirts and
Yeah, it's
caps
just
are the easiest way to start. Yeah.
yeah, it's a long process, and we're just trying to keep busy and keep people entertained while we're I mean, there's virtually nothing to do. So I mean, it's one of the main reasons we were supposed to start this podcast like last year, but now that we're in quarantine, we actually had time and we're like, fuck it, let's roll with the punches. So we did, and
Still figuring
here we
this
are.
whole thing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure
What's that, Tony?
We're still just figuring the whole podcast out and the format. So
I get you. Yeah. Me too. Actually. Me and Martine have practiced this podcast. We haven't even touched this subject, and just go over it real quick. But me and you have done a podcast almost every other night or every night for the past 3, 4, 5 days. So
yeah,
that has given me so much practice with these podcast formats that I do have the Future Dolphin podcast on my channel. I will take a minute to plug myself. I'm sure Martine will be kind enough to put it in the
yep,
link to my channel or whatever. But yeah, you can find me on YouTube. I do drunk content. I get drunk, play video games mostly. But I am starting a new podcast, Future Dolphin. Martine will be my first ever guest on that, and hopefully Martine and Tony can be the second. That'd be cool.
yeah,
Love
yeah.
to. I felt like I somewhat directed some of this podcast, asking too many questions instead of letting you ask the questions. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
you need to shut the fuck up, Tom, and let us speak.
you do what you want to do
Yeah.
and support it.
um, Yeah, man. Well, we're already getting close to the hour mark, man, and we usually try to keep it within the hour. So, I guess I just want to end it by saying thanks, Tom, for joining us, man. It's been a pleasure, man. Hopefully you get to be our guest again. Hopefully soon. But just the purpose of this podcast is just talking shit and getting to know other musicians that are part of the Rio Grande Valley. Um, but yeah, guys, this is Kids Talking Shit. You could find us on Spotify, Google Play, Title. We're also on YouTube at the Adult Kids. You could find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at the Adult Kids. And
Don't
yeah,
forget,
um,
the drink of the day is Jameson with ginger
Jameson,
ale
straight Jamie, baby,
or all
straight
straight.
Jamie.
And what
You
would
want to know the ingredients? Just get a cup, pour some Jameson in it. You're done. There's the drink of the day.
You're done.
Tom over
You're done. All right, Tom.
All right.
Tom,
Well,
sorry.
thank you guys for
Tom.
having me. It's been an honor, and I
Tom,
look forward to any future. Yeah.
what
What's
were
up?
you drinking?
Did you already stop?
No.
No.
Oh, I was drinking just a little bit of root beer, a little bit of whiskey.
What
Perfect.
whiskey?
Caffeine free.
No, what type of whiskey?
Some I think today was Kentucky Deluxe. Delicious whiskey.
Okay.
You
Perfect.
heard it, folks.
Wait.
Kentucky
Wait,
Deluxe.
wait, wait, wait.
Follow up. What type of
So,
root beer?
oh, I was drinking Barks root beer, 12 pack Barks root beer,
Is that the gray one?
3.95. Yeah, the gray one. That's the best one.
No, it's
Second best is Mugs.
Mugs is the best, and A and
Nah,
W there too.
A and W is third.
Uh, Barks is third, bro.
No, Barks is number one. Barks is the best.
It tastes like fucking licorice.
Exactly.
Mug.
Exactly. Well, thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate you guys, especially you, Tony. I didn't know you were gonna be so tired. Sorry for keeping you up past your bedtime, brother.
Hey, nah, man, that's good. It's a second day. It's the next.
it happens, guys. Well, all right, guys. We'll catch y'all later. Deuce.
Peace out.